Hello and welcome back to our HIP New World Order series here in Crusader Kings 2. In the last episode we had a succession, so we're now playing as Queen Elide. Our father died after he was, or rather it was our grandfather, died after he was simultaneously depressed, stressed and ill, which is understandable, I suppose. So we are still in this war against Saxony to take this county, and I'd like to get out of it as soon as possible because we do have a bit of a faction problem here. We have a 94% strength independence faction, which I would definitely prefer not to have to fight. Though I guess if it did fire, we do have a decent amount of money available to hire mercenaries, so we'd probably be able to put it down. But if we can ride it out and improve our opinions with those vassals and make it go away, that would obviously be better. The opinion penalties for having our levies raised here are going to be ticking up as long as we keep them around. But this war is almost over, so we'll be able to disband them soon enough. And in fact, I think our fastest route to victory in this war is going to be to go and fight this army. That'll be probably worth a few percent war score, which should make sure that the remaining 2 sieges will be enough to bring us to 100%. So we'll divert this army over to chase down this enemy army and hopefully fight them. Where are you headed to? Let them get here and then see if we can catch them. We cannot. Do this instead, maybe? Okay, that did get us to 95%. We'll follow them one more time, I guess. An old veteran has offered me some useful suggestions on how best to conduct the ongoing war, so we're going to get extra levies and morale. Okay, we can afford to probably disband this right now. My beloved father is concerned that he is still not married. I guess I'll find him someone nice. How about this courtier? I must not be imprisoned and not at war. Oh, hang on. The character was not selected. Sure, it can be matrilineal, it doesn't really matter. Okay, we have some prisoners. Let's put them in the dungeons, and we're at 100%, so we can enforce our demands here. So this count is now under my vassal duke. That'll improve his opinion. Unfortunately, he was not of age anyway, so that won't actually help us out too much with our factions. But we can at least get our troops disbanded, and we can, now that we are at peace, hold a summer fair and do up a feast. Should help out a little bit. Should make the peasants happy, and hopefully some of the nobles as well. Creeping up slowly, and we just had this guy join. Sent him a gift. I think we're running out of honorary titles, but he can be Master of the Horse. Fortunately, we don't have the option to righteously imprison anybody, so can't do that and then release them to prove vassal opinion. And I am starting to consider maybe lowering Crown Authority. Once we have the necessary prestige to do so, we can convert to German culture, and that will get rid of a -15 penalty with most of our vassals. Ragged fur and sorrowful eyes made the bear look pitiful, but when its trainer started playing his flute, the bear started dancing. Dancing Bear and his trainer traveled from fair to fair this year, and they came to the summer fair in Thuringen. So we can have this courtier's opinion go up. Alright. Doesn't actually help that much. Peddlers are loading their wares. The merchants are taking down their stalls, so we gain 10 prestige. Not actually helping out that much. But the prestige is always welcome, I guess. I suppose we should check out what our Chancellor is doing and use her on one of our faction members. Are you in the faction? Let's see, I think we could get her out of the faction or our Duke of Lower Saxony with just one opinion improvement from our Chancellor. So I guess we'll choose this guy and work on him. Where do you live? Over here. Actually, your capital is here. So I would like to take this county, since it is hanging out in the middle of my land here and looking ugly. Not sure if we have a EB that lets us do that. We can press the claims of some of our vassals here for the county, so probably do that at some point. I'm reluctant to go to war just yet, though, because of the whole faction thing. Alright, we seem to be down to 109%. There's a slight improvement, and this Duke has been mollified somewhat. Hopefully get him out of there. Okay, he wasn't very powerful, apparently. But let's move our Chancellor over here, maybe. Right, our feast is happening. We'll invite all of our vassals. Already. Her opinion's improved. She should drop out of the faction. When I opened the door, I saw no one, but as I stepped aside to close it, a group of acrobats cartwheeled, somersaulted, and tumbled in. They performed all sorts of tricks, and everyone watching exploded into applause when they finished. It would be perfect for my feast. So would this conjurer. And this wandering minstrel. Let's hire them all. Really, at 74, you don't want to be in the faction anymore, right? The best part about preparing a feast is deciding what foodstuff to serve. We will spend... Let's spend lavishly on food. Gain a small amount of prestige. Okay, she did drop out of the faction, and it's gone down to 64%. Let's move our Chancellor to take care of this guy, maybe? I think we are pretty much out of danger here. So this guy is refusing my invitation. It was the Archbishop. How rude. Guests have arrived. Welcome to the feast. And somebody, I think, just changed their primary title over here, but I'm not sure who and to what. The mayor spoke up and told everyone how great the food at my feast was. Okay, thank you. Everyone drank and were happy, except this bishop. So insulting. And the conjurer's magic tricks have delighted Bishop Dietrich here. And this mayor really enjoys the minstrel. And this bishop is a big fan of the food. All of which is very nice, but none of those people are in these factions. But we do get plus 10 with everybody for 2 years. That should help out a little bit. And our faction is down to a much more manageable size now. But we are definitely out of danger. Alright, so I think we could afford to go to war if we wanted to. And I think this is probably what we'll choose to take. Let's see about these claimants we have. So you are... Where are we on here? You're adjacent to the county, so he'll become a double count. But at least his 2 counties will be beside each other, which I guess is fine. Okay, we'll do this one. She does not have any scary looking allies, which is something that I really should get in the habit of checking before I click the declare war button, but it'll be fine, I guess. Let's gather our troops. And we'll get our first 10k into our war goal to start sieging. War never changes. Doesn't the Blessed Virgin save us all? We can gain 1 piety, we can gain 1 prestige, or we can say that humans are bastards. Which would give us a chance of becoming cynical. Well, I don't really mind being cynical, so we'll do that one. Party of soldiers flying the banner of Count Franz of Utrecht, our vassal, recently set up camp in the middle of a field belonging to a farmer in Thuringen. According to the farmer, their campfire spread out of control and his entire crop was reduced to ashes. He has brought the matter before your court and demands compensation. We can tell him to compensate the farmer, he'll lose 50 gold and he'll have minus 25 opinion with me, but that would actually be fine since we pressed his claim and he really likes us. Or we can have local revolt risk increase pretty substantially and lower tax, or we can pay ourselves. Let's make the count pay. He's still pretty happy. As more and more people seek audience at your court, you have come to realize that there is much to do when it comes to the administration of the realm. You must work harder, so we are no longer going to be slothful, which is very nice, since that is a pretty bad trait, apart from the fertility bonus, I guess. Will also help out with our vassal opinions, incidentally, I think. We have a cousin to get educated. We'll just give her to a random courtier. You'll do fine. Let's see, we'll get these armies in to do sieges over here, maybe. Our brother and our current heir is of legal age and became a skilled tactician. We probably should have tried to get him a better education. He's also a hunchback, incidentally. We get him married, though. And I very much don't want to inherit as him because of the negative genetic trait. So maybe we'll just get him married to a duchess if we can. Sure, the oldest one available. Let's just check that we are going to be able to have some children ourselves at some point. I don't think we have any negative fertility traits. We did just lose a positive one. And our husband is lustful, so I think we should be expecting to become pregnant without too much delay. An architect has been brought before your court proposing the construction of a new castle in Schwarzburg over here. So we can get a third castle in here, which is great. Ordinarily we would have had to build a temple and a city in here, since you have to have one of each before you can build freely. And we're going to get it for less resources than such a massive project would normally require before you can give him an answer. My steward whispers in my ear, "I know this man, I believe we can trust him. We will definitely spend 400 gold to build this castle." No sign of the army from Alsace yet. I guess they are in a different war currently. They have a revolt going on, I see. The Queen of Brittany is offering to marry somebody to my aunt. I'll accept, I suppose. And I am surely with child, my husband will be pleased. I'm pretty pleased myself. In a little more prestige there, still not at the 500 we need to change our culture. And this bishop likes me. There's an army of Alsace up here in Flanders for some reason. Not sure why, but they want to be up there instead of fighting me. I'm okay with it. How many holdings are in this county? Just the one, actually, so we're about to finish sieging it and we can use this army for something else. We'll go through with that marriage. Okay, we finished sieging our target county. We'll go fight these 500 troops, I suppose. We can catch them. Which we couldn't. During a visit to Gellery, Countess Ursula of Hohenlohe and her entourage were accosted by brigands who made off with several valuables. Efforts to catch the thieves have failed, and the Countess is now demanding compensation from the Doge. The matter has been brought to you, has been brought for arbitration at your courts. So we can make the Doge pay, we can say he's not responsible, or we can personally compensate the Countess. I think we'll do this and improve both of their opinions. We can afford it. And we will take, or release the prisoners in the dungeons and take the prisoner of our own. And just continue with these sieges. We are getting the ticking war score now for controlling our war goal, so it shouldn't be a problem here. But that is going to do it for this episode, so thanks for watching, and join me again next time.